Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Sean here, and we have some roster moves to talk about real quick on this Saturday afternoon. The Commanders just announced them a second ago. The first one that happened, it was actually announced earlier today. Phidarian Mathis was released, and that isn't too much of a surprise to most fans because Tyler Davis, he has been getting playing time over Mathis. He has been active over Mathis on game days. Mathis has been inactive on game days for like 3 straight games in a row, so it was looking like Mathis's time in Washington was coming to an end, and with Jonathan Allen coming back, it was looking like Mathis was probably gone soon, and we decided to release him today, and we decided to elevate Jonathan Allen from IR. We'll activate him off of IR, which is really, really good. He's going to get a pitch count tomorrow, most likely. He's going to be on a snap count, but just him being back in the defensive tackle rotation will help us out a lot with depth. And also Jonathan Allen, you could say, is our best run-stopping defensive tackle, right? You can make the argument for that. So he should help us a little bit in the running game. So this is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. But before we do, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into today's video. So let's start with Jonathan Allen being activated off of IR. He had his window open last week before the Eagles game, or the week of the Eagles game. He was limited in practice all week. I had the feeling that it was just a ramp-up week for him, and then the following week against the Falcons he would play, and that is exactly the case. This week he was a full participant Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Adam Peters, Dan Quinn decided to activate him off of IR, and he's going to be good to go for tomorrow's game versus the Falcons. So that's going to be a boost to our defensive line. Look, whatever your thoughts are on Jonathan Allen, it is a boost to our defensive line, especially in this in the last 2 games of the regular season going into the playoffs. We're going to need him in our defensive tackle rotation. He provides more depth, and he's a pretty solid, run stopper in my opinion. Obviously, over the past 2 seasons, which includes this season, he has been a little bit of a disappointment. He only had 5.5 sacks last year and wasn't as disruptive. And before he got injured this year, he still wasn't being very disruptive. He was playing better in the Cardinals and Browns games, which were week 4 and 5, but then he got injured versus the Ravens in week 6, so that kind of ended the season, we thought. But he is making his return before the regular season ends versus the Atlanta Falcons, and we're going to need him tomorrow because the Falcons have a really good run game. They are 12th in the league. They have Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, a really good running back duo. Bijan Robinson has close to 1,200 rushing yards on the year. He'll probably cross that tomorrow against us. He's only like 4 yards away, so he's probably going to cross that on his first carry, maybe first 1 or 2 carries, right? So, yeah, he's really good, and we need to stop him. We need to neutralize him, and getting Jonathan Allen back will hopefully help us do that. So getting Jonathan Allen back is really good. Also, Marcus Mariota, he was removed from the injury report, so he's going to be good to go for tomorrow. As for Phidarian Mathis, we saw the writing on the wall with him, really, with Tyler Davis being active and getting more playing time than him. It was probably a bad sign for Phidarian Mathis, and it was, and especially with Jonathan Allen practicing again and coming back. It was bad for Phidarian Mathis, and this just goes to show, with him being cut, how bad of a talent evaluator, a drafter Ron Rivera was, man. Only 10 guys remain on the active roster after Phidarian Mathis was just released. I'm pretty sure those 10 guys are Sam Cosmi, De'Ami Brown, Benjamin St-Juste, John Bates, Derek Forrest, Brian Robinson Jr., Percy Butler, Chris Paul, Quan Martin, and Chris Rodriguez Jr. So those are 10 or 11 guys right there out of 4 draft classes Ron Rivera was a part of here in DC. So he was terrible as a talent evaluator, as a drafter, as a general manager, awful, right? And we know that. I don't have to tell y'all that, but just going to reiterate it, right? He was terrible, right? He was terrible here. So, hope the best for Phil Mathis. He's going to go on waivers. I think a team will pick him up because he was playing pretty well as a run stopper this season. And I was a little surprised when Tyler Davis was getting more playing time than him. But, that's just what they decided to do, right? So I think a playoff team or a team that's making a playoff push will decide to pick him up, and he can be good depth, good defensive tackle in that defensive tackle rotation wherever he goes. And he could help a playoff team. He could definitely help a playoff team for sure. So I do wish Phil Mathis the best, but they made the decision to cut him now, and I don't hate that decision at all. So that's that. And then other moves we made, we elevated cornerback Kevin Seymour and receiver Bryce Tremaine from the practice squad. Kevin Seymour elevated. That's not too much of a surprise since Lattimore is going to be out. So that's just more depth right there at cornerback. I don't really expect Seymour to get any playing time on defense. Probably special teams for the most part, but elevated him just for more depth. And then Bryce Tremaine is pretty interesting. I assume KJ Osborne will go tomorrow. However, if you elevate Bryce Tremaine, you're not just going to have him inactive, right? Anyone you elevate off the practice squad, you're more likely than not going to have them active and not inactive on game day. So, we'll see if Tremaine is one of the players inactive. I doubt it. Let's see if KJ Osborne plays. I think he's going to play. If not, though, then that would be a surprise. But I think this is a week where KJ Osborne plays. He should be all caught up or mostly caught up with, how the offense runs. So I don't see really any reason as to why he should be inactive tomorrow against the Falcons. So that is it for all of the roster moves that were made today. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Enjoy the rest of y'all's Saturday, and I'll see y'all after tomorrow's Sunday night football game between the Commanders and Falcons. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.